Hello and welcome to the Bad Batch Watch Along here on the Illuminerdi. I am joined by Caitlin and Richard. How are you guys doing tonight?
What's up?
Or are we at this morning yet? No, we're still tonight.
Not quite.
My sense of time is completely
out the window.
It's done. So yeah. Monday I got my second shot. So Tuesday I spent the entire day like in and out of bed. Like I didn't like feel bad. I just felt like run down. So I was just like sleeping every couple of hours for a couple of hours at a time. It was just, and now I don't know what day it is anymore.
Yeah. I own a business. I never know what day it is.
Yeah. I mean, there's that too. So this week we are on episode 6, right?
Yep.
Yeah. 6.
Yep.
Episode 6. Next week we'll be on episode 7 and episode 1 of Loki the night before, right?
Mm-hmm. 2 nights before, I think.
Two nights before?
Well,
yeah,
Tuesday going into Wednesday.
Tuesday night, Wednesday morning.
And then
we're here when yeah.
Exactly.
So that's gonna be
so technically 4 days in a row.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting switch to see how that goes on. But how was your week? Well, what have you guys been up to? What have you been doing?
I have been, I guess, really excitedly getting ready for this episode of the Bad Batch, getting ready for Loki, lots of rewatching MCU movies in preparation.
Are you watching specific movies or are you watching all of them?
Thor, Avengers, Thor Dark World, Thor Ragnarok, and then the Loki scenes from Infinity War and Endgame.
Solid.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
What about you, Richard?
I've been busy writing my tail off. We had an exclusive come out for the Illuminerdi that I wrote today. The Black Widow What If stuff. That was
Black Widow Ultron.
Yeah, that is gonna be. You know, it's funny. That was on my pretty high up on my most anticipated MCU shows list anyway. But that exclusive and the 3 others that I'm writing or have written for the next few days. It's going to be nuts. I mean, I can't wait for that show.
Are you more excited for Black Widow or Party Thor?
Oof. That's a great question now. I mean, because we didn't know anything about this Black Widow before we dropped the exclusive. It's really hard to say, honestly. I think I'd say Party Thor by a hair, but it's pretty damn close to me, honestly. And yes, Shay, we're getting Party Thor.
I'm kind of excited about that because I mean I liked Lebowski Thor, but you know I kind of want to see like a rave scene kid Thor too.
I think it's gonna be like a combination of rave Thor and douchebag Thor.
Yeah. You know what? You know what the best part about Lebowski Thor was the fact that movie tied back to Iron Man because Jeff Bridges was that movie's villain and. That means both Obadiah Stane, that looks like Jeff Bridges, exists in the MCU, and the Big Lebowski exists in the MCU, which is amazing.
Nice.
I wonder if they could get Jeff Bridges to come back to do a cameo as Jeff Bridges as Big Lebowski.
That would be amazing.
It's like
I would love
go
that.
Like full meta, full circle.
Full meta.
It's interesting. So let's jump back into Star Wars. I know over at Disney, they had the Marvel Avengers campus open. Which is still kind of like
wait.
Marvel stuff. Which all that stuff looks exciting. Has there been any new movement with like Star Wars stuff? Like what's going on with that?
I mean, they have I know Disneyland, they have 2 rides. They have Rise of the Resistance and they have the Millennium Falcon ride. And then of course like Star Tours, which has been there forever. I don't know that there's been any movement on more attractions. I mean, they've got the Dark Saber that you can buy. That's like, what was it? $500?
$200. Keep talking about that. I'll be right back. I've got something to show you guys.
All right.
Awesome. So they have the dark saber.
This is going to be great.
The look of fear that Shay just gave us is so they have the dark saber, which is like not just kind of the retractable lightsaber you could get for like, I don't know, $20 or whatever, but
the
like
one that we've all had since we were 5.
Right? No, it's like a collectible item. So they have that there. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing at Galaxy's Edge. I'm hoping that it's gonna be more like Star Wars rides and everything. I mean, personally, I hope that Galaxy's Edge gets more incorporated into the Disney Plus movie side of Star Wars. I know that they purposely haven't been, but it feels dumb, I guess, because like if I go to a place in Star Wars, I want to be like, oh my God, I've seen this on TV.
Right. No, exactly. Especially with how successful the Star Wars shows are getting.
Yeah, I mean, like that's part of the appeal of the Avengers campus is you're dropped into an alternate version or alternate like world of the MCU. So the fact that Star Wars is they're like, oh well, there's this comic and there's some books, but it's not connected to any specific movie or show, just feels like kind of a waste in my opinion. Yeah. I'm hoping down the line, because it doesn't even have to be anything huge. It could literally be like a spot that the Bad Batch stops at for an episode or something.
Yeah, and that's the thing I love. Like, just quickly going back to Avengers Campus is that
I need one more thing. Sorry,
keep going. That it's not technically MCU canon, like it doesn't actually connect to the movies, but it's close enough. But yeah, exactly. But it's close enough that like you know that this could take place in the world of the Avengers in the MCU. Like there's a Spider-Man ride that they're doing. It's kind of like, correct me if I'm wrong, it's kind of like Astro Blasters with webs. It seems like
Toy Story Mania, yeah.
Exactly. I can't wait for that ride. They've got the Pym test kitchen, which has like the giant meatballs and the giant food and the small food and everything. The guy in the Falcon suit looked awesome.
Jumping back to Star Wars, Shay in the chat says that that means they'd have to backtrack Star Wars to land to the Rebellion era. I don't necessarily think so, because we've seen planets that were during like the Clone Wars, the Rebellion. So I think we could still have it be this is a place that we saw in a Rebellion era or Clone Wars era show, and we're visiting it like 20 years later. I actually think that might work better, because then you wouldn't need it to be exactly perfect. It could be, oh, you aren't seeing a lot of the characters from it. You'll maybe see one or two, but you don't need the entirety of it to be exactly the same. It's more of like, oh, yeah, I saw that building. Or I saw that ship.
And like, here's the thing with Disneyland too, is like, they've had Star Tours for, I don't even know how long Star Tours has been at Disneyland. It's been longer than any of us have been around. Like they've had, damn.
Right?
That's awesome.
That's pretty solid. Oh man.
So I don't remember where the control on this is.
Nice.
But you can make it dim and you can make it get brighter.
Nice.
And it just kind of.
That's pretty solid, though.
Sits on the table. We have like a real proper unboxing of this coming up, hopefully sometime soon. We'll see. Shay and I have been slacking a little bit on actually getting it edited. But this is from Toink Toys. You can find it online. You can go there. I want to say this was like $49, $50.
So a deal compared to the Star Wars one.
And it's literally a quarter of the price.
Really dope. It comes in 2 pieces. The saber itself just like pops out, but it goes in really easily. It's plastic, but it's good quality. Like it'll just sit there on the desk.
Yeah.
Or, wherever.
And Shay coming in hot in the chat. Star Tours opened January 9th, 1987. Wow.
Nice. I love Star Tours. 85.
85. Oh, okay.
No, 87. Shay was 5.
Oh, Shay was 5. Okay. Wow. I was almost 4 years from being born. My parents weren't even married yet, so.
Toku is challenging me to combat for the blade.
Oh boy.
Can't you just 3D print one yourself? Like, like you and Jezza are talking about that shit all the time. Can't you, just like type some shit into the keyboard and get one of those?
Oh my god, you just thinking that just got me on like a personal story. My dad's a science teacher, and he has a 3D printer at his school that he loves using. Like he prints like little plaques and trophies and a lot of stuff. I bet I could get him to print 3D print some kind of saber. That would be so cool.
It's funny. This is completely off topic, but Jezzer, Toku, Shay, and I were playing Grand Theft Auto online, like maybe a week or two ago. And Jezzer and Toku were just like talking like 3D printer stuff because both of them have one, and they were just going back and forth. So I was like, now I need to get one. Listening to them talk about it, I'm like, okay.
The least surprising thing I've ever heard. You built your own computer.
That doesn't shock me.
But so now, well, I'm gonna have to talk to them now because I was looking up 3D printers, and there's like so many different kinds out there that it's ridiculous trying to figure out what to get.
Richard, you should have them print the like Infinity Gauntlet.
Oh, that would be awesome. Yeah, that
might be a little much for like
that's one of the only things I'm really saving up for. I want to get that one that's like the life-size model with like the glow-up stones in it. That would be so cool to get.
There's a life-size Iron Man statue at bless you at the Avengers campus.
Was it like $8,000 or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's insane. Can
you imagine like leaving your room in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom and you just see Iron Man like standing there waiting for you?
That would scare the living shit out of me.
Two things that I almost owned like that. One was a life-size Gollum.
Oh my god!
Like
that would be creepier.
I used to work in a basically a movie store.
Okay.
So like a Blockbuster type thing. But just not Blockbuster. I don't want to name
Blockbuster.
The place.
No, for sure.
But so when Lord of the Rings came out, part of the advertising and promotion for it was they were sending stores a life-size Gollum statue to put up, as part of the display.
Okay.
So my supervisor was like, "Hey, I know you're into this kind of stuff. When we have to take this stuff down, do you want this?"
Wow.
And I was like, yes, I do.
Oh my god.
But we weren't allowed to keep it. The promotional
you had to send it
back. Took it back. And then the other one was Dobby from Harry Potter. It was the same exact thing. They were gonna let us keep that one, and I was gonna get it, but then the store manager decided that they wanted to like auction it off for like charity or something. So I was like,
"Oh man,
all right, I can't be mad about that."
I just watched some of Sorcerer's Stone actually today on TV. That was fun.
I watched. Okay, I don't before I tell this story. Let me check to see if the episode is up yet.
It is. It is.
Yeah, it is.
Like,
it is.
Print me a bunch of random nerdy things now. The fact that he does that.
Right.
Okay, so this one it looks like it's called Decommissioned.
You have a name.
I have a name.
So do I.
I actually have a name.
So do
Decommissioned. And there's an actual description here. On a mission to acquire a valuable asset, the batch encounters smugglers after the same target.
Interesting.
Who do you think the smugglers are?
I don't think it's going to be Han Solo.
I think he's young.
Yeah, Han Solo would be like, well, how old is Harrison Ford in the original movies? Like 30 or something?
Because in Solo, is like, he enlists in the Empire, and that's like already a thing.
Right.
Yes, I don't know.
Oh my god, I have episode 6 with no real description this week.
The curse has been changed.
No.
Moved on.
Turntables.
Before we get into this episode, what do you guys want to give us just like a short recap of last week and like where we left off?
Sure. Well, personally, I think last week was probably my second favorite episode after the first episode, which
agreed.
It's sort of not fair to compare the first episode to anything.
Yeah.
It's our favorite like non-pilot episode.
Yeah, it's too big to really compare. But so last week, we saw Omega kind of proving that, she's useful to the team because she ended up saving them when the Bad Batch got captured by Zygerian slavers when they were on a mission to save a Rancor They thought they were going to save a kid. Actually, they were saving a little baby Rancor. So, as happens.
Yep.
So we got to see the Bad Batch in action and actually doing some of those mercenary missions and working as a team together. We got to see Omega get her laser bow and arrow thing, so that was cool. We saw the Rancor, who was owned by Jabba the Hutt, so that was a cool tie-in to the original trilogy, and we really kind of started getting into what it feels like the show is going to be about, which is the Bad Batch taking on these kind of mercenary missions, maybe having this Sid alien as the contact that is kind of giving them the missions that they're going to be working, and we're seeing that they're chased by bounty hunters with Fennec after them. So it was a lot of fun last week. We got to really dive into the plot while having a fun kind of episodic feel to it as well.
Yeah, I agree with everything you said. The episode, like we discussed last week, it felt kind of like a filler episode, but it was a fun.
Yeah.
Like nothing like.
Yeah, like
I don't know. It was just
not
really,
that the other
really
episodes
fun.
weren't boring or anything. This one was just the most fun that we've had in any of 2 through 5.
Yeah. And Moochie was,
Yeah,
Moochie. That was great.
Yeah, we had some nice. It was cool. We got the kind of like the callback to the original trilogy with Moochie, and then we got the callback to the Clone Wars with the Zygerian slavers. So it really was like digging into that Star Wars world. And we didn't get a lot of the Empire stuff, which I was actually kind of okay with because they had a lot of other things that kind of filled that gap. So I'm excited in this week's episode to see, are we going to dive back into the Empire? Who are the smugglers? Because Star Wars is famous for having awesome smugglers.
For sure.
Please be Hondo.
With the Empire stuff, I'm not so sure. Because now, like, reading this description, it kind of sounds like this is going to be its own episode focusing on the Bad Batch again. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, maybe there'll be like a couple of hints here and there, but I don't know how much actual focus there's going to be. It'll be.
To be fair, the third episode's description is the Batch gets stuck on a desolate moon. And that was the episode where we went back to
That's very
Crosshair.
True.
So
yeah, that's fair. That's Crosshair.
Let me get this queued up here on my end. You guys can go ahead and
painful.
Do the same.
Was that dad joke bad?
I think it was.
I tried to ignore it.
Oh God. Oh dear God. What am I becoming?
It was like dad joke crossed with a pun. It like.
Oh God. just cringeworthy.
It's a little too far, Richard. A little too far.
Oh man.
Right. So I'm queued up on my end. Are you guys queued up on yours?
We'll be in just a second. Let's see here. Let's pause
I'm not gonna lie. I missed the battle droids.
Weirdly enough, I kind of do too.
They're
They were fun.
Yeah. They were like, those were literally watching Clone Wars the first time because the movie's not great. The battle droids are what sold me.
Yeah.
So I am like, as much as I'm liking Bad Batch, I do miss the battle droids.
Me too, a little bit.
I mean, they could come back. Maybe.
I hope so.
I hope so too.
So
like maybe someone has like a pet battle droid or something.
Yes.
Oh my God. That'd be
this
great.
Is Seymour, my battle droid.
Oh my God.
That's what I want. 3D print me a battle droid head.
Right.
Wait, you want 3D printed battle droid, or you want a 3D printed trash can droid?
That'd be a great.
No.
That'd be a great ventriloquist act, like a 3D printed droid head.
That'd be fun.
I don't know which one I want now.
Oh man.
Both.
Also, please let us find out what the trash can droids can do in this show. That's like my biggest mystery now.
Oh, seriously.
That should just be like some investigative reporting.
Right?
Yeah, right.
Go down a rabbit hole of what exactly they do.
I'm hoping for flamethrower, but I feel like that's not it.
Spaceball's the flamethrower.
They're just trash cans.
They're just trash cans.
They're just trash cans.
They're just used for Wrecker as weights.
Oh God. Yeah, they're just living weights. Wow.
All right. I think we are all set here. I'm going to go ahead and expand my window and hide you guys from sight. And we can go ahead and start in 3, 2, 1, play.
Alrighty.
This year is the 50th anniversary of Lucasfilm.
Is it really?
In December.
Wow. Did they put anything out before Star Wars or?
THX 1138. That was Lucas's like basically his like film school.
What, like thesis project or something?
Yeah. Was that George Lucas's first or Lucasfilm's first?
That's a good question.
Yeah. Well, because didn't Lucasfilm do the Indiana Jones movies too?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, but Indiana Jones was after Star Wars.
Right. Yeah.
That was supposed to be what's his name? One second. It wasn't supposed to be the guy. It wasn't supposed to be Harrison Ford originally.
Really?
Wow.
Tom Selleck.
Oh,
yeah, I remember hearing that.
Wow. He was supposed to be Indiana Jones?
Mm-hmm. Oh, look, we're getting her practicing.
Do you think he would have had the mustache?
100%, yes.
Oh, my God. I can't imagine Tom Selleck without the mustache.
I like that Echo is training her because he's like the most soldiery of them.
Yeah. We talking about practice?
Maybe not like aiming up as she pulls back is part of it.
Yeah. Wow.
It's Sid.
So it seems like she is going to be a regular part of this now.
Yeah, I like it. Ooh, those are dangerous.
Goggles. Wow.
That's adorable.
Wow. Oh, that was easy.
Corellia is where Han Solo was born.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And Wedge, yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, she's awesome.
Okay, well, lesson was get stronger.
Well, yeah, it's a bow and arrow.
Yeah.
Like you need to.
But made out of electricity.
Yeah, but it's not like a crossbow, you know?
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Oh. That's really interesting.
Okay.
Using the tactical droids, like, data and knowledge to beat the clones. I hadn't thought of that. That's really smart.
Inside knowledge, yeah. Huh. It's actually pretty smart.
So Corellia, I think it's where we find Han Solo in the film Solo, is like really crime heavy.
So if like there was a show called Star Wars Underworld, it would probably take place here.
Yeah, that'd be a good spot for it.
But the Gotham City of Star Wars.
There's a few planets like that. There's one owned by the crime family, the Pikes, that's kind of similar. So, yeah, I'm hoping that they're going to really dive into the crime stuff.
I hope so.
You're not wrong. It feels like Gotham with that like smog and the industrial look.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It does kind of even look like Gotham.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe like a Blade Runner version of Gotham.
Yeah.
Right?
Like Gotham 2049.
Gotham 2049. That'd be great. Yeah.
Apparently Wrecker doesn't like heights.
Huh. We're surrounded by liquid hot magma.
Poor droids. Oh my god, am I going to be scarred for life? Are we going to be seeing battle droids get melted? This isn't how I wanted to have them back.
Right? You asked for it.
I regret it so much.
Oh my god.
There they are. Oh, that's so sad. Why are they sending their tank to be
the lookout?
Like, yeah.
That is a great question. You'd think you'd want to be more tanky.
Wouldn't you want Echo or Tech? Because like Echo can use the droid side of him and Tech can like have a full view so that he can get a better scope of things. I don't get having your tank be the
I feel like Wrecker would see something and then just like
charge at it.
Trouble by charging at
it. Yeah. Like what is he supposed to do? He doesn't have a long range weapon.
Yeah.
Wrecker's like the definition of melee attack. This is a super weird plan.
Right.
He's Leroy Jenkins.
Love it. Leroy Jenkins!
You only need the head.
There's someone coming up behind her.
Oh.
No, you're not. You can't use your little bow and arrow thing. Hey, Richard, do we know that? Hey, she was from Clone Wars.
Wait.
She was the one who befriended Ahsoka, her and her sister.
Yeah. What the hell? Oh my god. Wow.
Trace and Rafa.
Trace and Rafa. Wow.
The storyline that so many fans have said was useless is not.
Well, the plot continues to thicken.
I've always said that this was an important storyline for Ahsoka, but it's very cool that we're going to actually see these guys come back.
Wow.
Is she going to accidentally let go? Back.
Nicely done.
Oh, crap. Ruh-roh.
This is like the place not to do that.
Yeah.
Like, this is like where the Joker became the Joker.
Yeah. We're going to get a Joker droid.
This is the kill box, Tony. This is where you go to die. She's not wrong.
I mean, they're both not wrong.
Well, no, exactly. They're both at fault. Oh, wow. Shade.
There's Wrecker. So they keep some droids, but not others. Interesting.
We like repurpose them.
I mean, it makes sense.
I'm in pursuit.
Man, what are they doing there?
Do you think they're working with Ahsoka?
Is this where Ahsoka comes in?
I could see them being a hint of that.
That'd be cool. We have been wondering if Ahsoka's going to show up, so...
Oh, no!
Oh, crap.
This would be a cool way to incorporate them and show Ahsoka building a non-Jedi network.
Yeah, they're saving each other now. Of course, the light's shining on it.
Dang, kid.
Okay. Like 30% of the time, she's actually really useful, but then... Wow.
30%?
I just took a wild guess.
Not like she saved their lives last time.
Yeah, fair enough.
And got the thing, like the thing back for the ship, and got the car, like 30%, Richard. She's only been instrumental in every episode so far.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's scary.
Yeah, that's terrifying. Wow.
Oh no, he hit his head again.
Oh my god, he did. And that wasn't even the... Oh, crap.
So Toku said that the Bad Batch backdoor pilot was a lot longer than we thought in season 7 of the Clone Wars.
It was... Oh yeah, in Clone Wars.
Whoa.
Oh
no. Crap.
I knew this was coming. I am not happy.
Maybe hitting his head triggered it.
It did. You can tell.
Oh, yeah. Jeez, that's not good. Yeah, they're going to have to get those chips out soon.
I'm hoping that means Rex soon. Or Ahsoka. Ahsoka knows how to do it, too.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get Rex leading into Ahsoka.
That's probably what this is leading up to.
I think so. I mean, these
I'd say this episode or next.
Yeah, these characters literally are only connected to Ahsoka.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we only saw them for, 3-4 episodes in
4.
Clone Wars?
Yeah.
4, yeah.
They were the middle 4.
Right, yeah.
It was the arc of kind of Ahsoka learning how to, be a Jedi without being in the Jedi Order and all the politics. It's like Ahsoka kind of finding the truth of being a Jedi. I really like
going on her own, yeah.
Mm-hmm. You just have a grappling hook in your backpack?
Okay.
Well, you can stay there, I guess.
Decisions.
Ow.
I don't know that helped.
No, not really. She's still stuck.
Are they unconcerned that the 10-year-old is about to die?
Yeah, probably.
Come on, Omega, tap into your whatever. There we go. I was like, Trace isn't the evil sister. Where'd she go? Jump.
Yeesh. Okay, there we go. Nice.
Battle droid for the win.
At
Nice.
least it's leg.
Mm-hmm.
Getting a leg up on the situation.
That was a good one.
Thank you.
That was okay.
Yeah, you have redeemed.
Okay. Problem solved. Thanks for coming.
That was
wow.
Yeet. I enjoy her sarcasm. Rafa, you don't like anyone.
I'm still mad at you.
I'm so scared.
Yeah, this is seriously not good.
I like this. The crosshair bleeding in.
Yeah, this is definitely where they're gonna have to take care of the chip.
This is earlier than I expected.
Me too. This is what, episode 6?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this could be like a new path. Like
yes.
he's not necessarily gonna get it taken care of.
Yes.
But it could be
Oh my god.
Who's on first moment? We just got a who's on first moment. I love it.
Wow. Nice. Is there an echo in here? Yes.
We're gonna see battle droids save the day. I never thought I would get this moment.
Ooh, okay.
Oh my god, look at Tech being helpful.
Wow, not being a dick.
Character growth.
Yep. I'm so proud of you guys.
Is it weird that they work better while having these two random strangers there?
Right?
Come on, Wrecker. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, there we go.
That tracks.
Of course.
Who doesn't like Wrecker?
Seriously. There's nothing you can't like about him.
We have a Cameron Kissel who just joined us in the chat. Said me first. I'm not sure what that's in regards to, but I have to ask: is that like the Kissel Run? Huh?
The Kessel Run.
The Kessel Run.
Sorry, I had to fill in for Richard there for a second.
Ouch. That hurt, man.
Orders are orders. Yes! I never knew I needed this. This is amazing.
Yeah.
Are we just going to have the Bad Batch with like a crew of battle droids following them everywhere?
Oh, that'd be so great.
Like just the duckling battle droids?
Right? Wow.
Oh, crap.
Oh, damn it. Oh, nice.
How did you build strength in 5 minutes?
Seriously, you could not shoot that thing like an hour ago.
Not even an hour. At the beginning of the battle, she couldn't do it.
Right?
You're leaving your ducklings behind. How dare you? R7.
Huh.
That's got to be Ahsoka or Rex.
It's gotta be one of the two.
And then Wrecker shoots all of them. Who's your contact? So this was the first steps towards them helping the rebellion.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Nice.
Him.
Who the hell?
Uh-oh.
Oh, crap.
Hmm.
They're not going to tell us who it is.
Don't like that music.
Huh. No, that was very ominous.
Yeah. What was that music?
Yeah.
Not cool.
Totally not cool.
I was leaning towards Rex, and now I'm terrified. Are they working for the Empire? What the hell's happening?
Oh my god.
I'm trying to back up to see. Okay, let me see. Just want to see what they were wearing.
Can you tell by his shoulder?
It didn't look like a clone uniform.
Well, yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out. So it does kind of look like a robe. But I can't.
Huh.
Shay, see if you can grab a screenshot of that to bring up here on the screen here. I'm gonna pop out of that episode here. Let me tap back over so I can see who I'm talking to. All right.
The only connection we know that they have was Ahsoka. They briefly met Bo-Katan. Like really briefly. There was no real conversation other than she asked for Ahsoka's help. And then they worked for the Pikes, but seemed to realize that was a bad idea.
Right.
So I was leaning towards Ahsoka, but they said him. So I don't think that's Ahsoka. I would assume it's not Rex because but I mean, it could be if he's in hiding, but I don't think we've ever seen Rex not in a robe.
We've never seen Rex in a robe.
Shay's got a screenshot up on the screen now, or at least it should be on the screen. So yeah, it's kind of hard to make out because, like you said, it's just a shoulder, but it does look like they're wearing a sash of some kind.
Yeah, sash or a robe.
Yeah, well, it looks like I can't tell because like up around at least on the back of the collar.
Could it be
looking at it now?
Could it be Bail Organa? Because we know Ahsoka's an ally of Bail Organa, as is like.
Let me pull up. Let me pull up a picture of Bail Organa, and let me see what he's been wearing. That's not a bad guess.
Like the music freaked me out, but literally other than the music, it didn't seem ominous. Like even what she says doesn't really seem all that ominous without the music. She's like, it was rogue clones, and I know where they are, which could mean allies.
Yeah.
Because of the music, it seems like she's gonna sell them out. It's very weird.
Right.
So yeah. So looking at Bail Organa from the Clone Wars or wherever it was they popped up, the back of the shirts looks like it could be like I don't know, like it could be, but also it looks different enough that it could be something else.
Well, who would it be? Let's say they were playing them and it is someone from the Empire. Who, like, it's not going to be the Emperor because that would be insane. And I can't think of anyone else we regularly see wearing robes.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. For those of you watching, who do you guys think that might be? Let us know, and we'll see if we agree or disagree, or that other. Is there another? Maybe. So maybe I guess would be another.
Shay, are power droids the trash can droids?
Aha. Okay, so power droids were unsophisticated droids that acted as ambulatory batteries, recharging vehicles and machinery. They were equipped with small internal power generator and several plug-in sockets. Interesting.
So they're essentially what I want to follow me around, so I can just plug in my iPhone and computer all this time. Got it.
Yeah. I like it. Outside of Ascending, what did you guys think about this episode? What stood out to you? Was there anything that you particularly liked? Or
battle droids?
Battle droids, for sure.
Battle droids?
Yeah.
Helpful battle droids.
Oh, yeah, for sure. First time we've ever seen that.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been helpful before. Just the wrong side.
Even when they were fighting against them, were they helpful to the Separatists?
It's a good point, yeah.
They got in the way.
Right.
Yeah. They bought time.
So how about we start here? Who were these two smugglers that got in the way?
So
an explanation on them.
Trace and Rafa are introduced in the 7th season of Clone Wars, in the 4 episodes after the Bad Batch arc. So that is a arc that's focused primarily on Ahsoka when she meets these two sisters, and she helps them kind of navigate this trouble they've gotten into, because Rafa, the older sister, who was kind of the cantankerous one, she took a job smuggling spice, which is like a drug in the Star Wars universe.
And the Dune universe.
Yeah, for the Pikes, which is a crime family. Things went wrong, they got into trouble, and it was revealed to them that Ahsoka was a Jedi. Now, Rafa and Trace had issues with the Jedi because their parents were killed during a Jedi, like, car chase, essentially, that happened in Clone Wars. So Ahsoka was kind of their first interaction with the Jedi that, like I was saying, was kind of the pure idea of what a Jedi should be, which is helping people no matter what, keeping the peace. It's not about the politics that the Jedi Order basically turned into. So Trace and Rafa, as we know them, were essentially allies of Ahsoka. They sort of owed her their lives and became her friends. And it seemed like they had kind of turned over a new leaf and wanted to help people, because they convinced Ahsoka to go help in the Siege of Mandalore, which is the big final arc of the Clone Wars series. That's why I kind of assumed we were going to see Ahsoka or maybe Rex. It's why I assumed they were on the right side, especially with what they were talking about and helping people. That was very much a callback to Ahsoka wanting to help people just because it was the right thing to do. It's part of why I got nervous with that music.
Right.
At the end.
But yeah, they weren't huge characters in like the lore of Star Wars, but they were kind of one of those like linchpin moments for the character of Ahsoka.
Right.
Yeah.
So real quick, just want to go back to the chat here. Cameron, again, hello, welcome. I know you asked earlier, you wanted to hear more about this new episode, which I don't know if you're new to us, but just a quick explanation of what we're doing here. We went live at about 11:40 and just kind of got caught up with where we were from the past couple of weeks. We watched the episode and kind of commented on it as it was going, and now we are here talking about going more into detail about everything that we saw.
Post-show breakdown.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I don't know if you've finished watching it yet, but let us know if you have any questions. We'll see if we can answer them. I can't guarantee that we will be able to, but we'll see what we can do.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, I liked the episode. It kind of felt in a similar vein of last week, where we're getting that kind of episodic adventure that we got used to with Clone Wars a little bit. We're getting some plot stuff. We're getting some just really fun action-y stuff. So I thought this was a strong episode.
Yeah, this one felt the most like Clone Wars, I think, outside of maybe the pilot.
Yeah.
I mean, especially because Trace and Rafa were there, and they were, like you said, big part of season 7. But yeah, I mean, this was a fun episode. It was cool seeing them again. I mean, we got to see the team working as a team. The whole Wrecker thing, I mean, that's going to have to get resolved real freaking quick. Yeah,
but the thing is, he doesn't know what's going on. That's something that's actually kind of interesting to me, because we've been talking about this and how we know that it's the chip that is causing him issues. He doesn't know that it's the chip that's causing him issues, and the other 3 are apparently unaware that he's having these issues. So
yeah, my
prediction, and I'm assuming this is going to be playing out, is that like you were saying, Caitlin, you thought that it was too early for us to like get into him actually getting the chip removed. It looks to me like it's going to be like maybe not weekly, but at least every other episode or so, something is going to happen to him that until one of the others, either Hunter or Tech or Echo, is like, what's going on? Something is happening. Something isn't right. And then that's going to bring them to say, okay, let's go see Rex.
I hope it's Tech. No, that totally makes sense. I hope it's Tech if it's anyone, because that would kind of tie into him being, because he seems the most worried about it. You know, he was making a scanner to see if that was going to be happening. So I'm hoping that we have that with Tech, and I think that's a really smart way for them to do it, because like you said, Wrecker doesn't really know what's going on. My guess is he doesn't even remember having that kind of good soldiers moment that happened, hearing Crosshair's voice in his head, because he was very clearly fighting against the impulse and won this time. So I think it's interesting that my guess is he won't really remember it or think about it.
Also, quick shout out to Shay for having the trash can droid as our fourth member on the side. That's amazing. Great job
I didn't
there.
even see that.
Nice. Nice.
Now I do. That's great.
Yep.
That's funny.
I also love that he like found what it is and what it does. I'm a little disappointed that there's no flamethrower, but well done.
Yeah, that would be the only thing to make it better.
I mean, there's a lot of things that can make it better.
Your phone's charged. Flamethrower.
Yeah. Like, Alexa.
Alexa, start flamethrower.
God,
we're gonna be able to do that someday.
Let's see what advancement did we get with Omega in this episode? Did we like, you know, she was learning how to use the bow and arrow thing.
Weirdly, I almost feel like we're getting hinted at what her clone thing is, because when she didn't seem to be thinking about it, she could use it.
Yeah, like when she just acted on instinct and like just kind of went for it, she was really good.
Yeah, which is what happened with the blaster in the pilot.
Yeah, exactly. She just picked it up and went with it.
Because they were like, "Oh, you don't have enough strength," which totally makes sense, because bow and arrow is like, you have to have crazy strength for that. But then all of a sudden she can do it because she's not thinking about it. She's in the moment of, okay, I just got to go. Mm-hmm. So I feel like it's and we've said that her intuition was like a big thing in the pilot. And so it almost feels like instinct and intuition is sort of going to be her strong suit. Yeah, which is not what I would have expected. It's interesting. And I also now, like, it makes sense why people are saying that maybe it's force related, because those two things very much kind of feel in that same vein. But
yeah, because if she's tapping into the force, that could be providing her that extra bit of strength that she needed, or like we saw with Luke, with the blaster helmet on, just like an innate sense of aim. Well, both Luke and with Anakin when he was a kid. So there's definitely a lot of different possibilities here. It could also just be like some sort of advanced combat training that was embedded into her that she's just able to access whenever
she's in an actual life and death situation. Yeah, because I mean, when she was practicing, she couldn't do it, and I don't think she really saw Rafa as a threat.
Maybe it's like an epic fight or flight instinct.
Yeah.
At least until she's able to control it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Because if she doesn't know that she has that ability, then she wouldn't actually be trying to access it. Where like with some of the others, they're like, okay, well, this is what you do, so train at this.
Yeah.
It feels weird that, like, if she doesn't know her thing, that almost seems odd, because she seems to know everything else, like related to the clones, like in the real world. No, but she's like, oh yeah, this is how the inhibitor chips work. You all have them.
Well, I don't remember. Does she know that she's a clone?
I
feel like she does. Yeah.
I don't remember.
I'm like 90% sure she does. Yeah, because she's never been off Camino.
Right. But that doesn't necessarily mean that she's.
Well, there's no humans on Camino other than clones.
No natural born humans. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like it's like I'm with you. I think she does know, but at the same time, there's this little.
Well, she also said that she's like one of them. That she's like them. That's why.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, she does associate herself with the Bad Batch.
And I felt like we really got each of the Bad Batch members like got a little bit more personality. Echo being just a straight up soldier was, I thought, good. That really felt like him.
Yeah. Tech finally wasn't a jerk.
Yeah, that was nice.
That was nice. Good for Tech.
The moment that he maybe should be a jerk and be paying more attention to Wrecker, he's like, nah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Wrecker was kind of off on his own, though, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I did love
he really
his
was.
entrance, though.
That was crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Wrecker's entrance was the best.
Is it superhero landing?
I mean, yeah.
Superhero landing.
Like, Hunter is still weirdly the most ineffective when it comes to keeping Omega safe.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But he also seems to be the most... I can't think of the word that I'm looking for. He seems the most in tune with what's going on in the outside world, with everything that's happening with the with the Empire and I guess now the Rebellion.
Yeah.
With the most aware of his surroundings.
Yeah, like he's got the enhanced senses, which might be part of it. And he's also always kind of been the leader tactician of the group. Mm-hmm. So I'm sure that part of that is everyone else kind of expects him to know what's going on and be able to like figure out the game plan from that. But yeah, I mean, it does seem like he's the one kind of paying the most attention, which might in part be because he's the one that people are yelling at.
Right.
Yeah,
but
sure.
But also like, so at the end he gave. Well, first, do you think he gave their only copy of that data to?
I was wondering that because it seemed like they only made one copy. I don't know how they would have made a second one on the other people's ship, but
on the fly.
Yeah, I feel like that was the only one, but I wouldn't be shocked to find out it wasn't. I am curious what's going to happen if they go back to Sid and are like, sorry,
We lost the drive.
Yeah, I don't... Yeah. I'm not sure. So we've got Nick Brunswick, who just joined us in the chat here, too. He's asking, what is Omega's point in the universe? Who will she become? And possibly, since we don't hear of her in the future, will she be killed off?
I'm going to guess no, because even though this is definitely a Star Wars show, so people of all ages watch it, it still falls into the animated Star Wars show of kids watch this, and I don't see killing a 10-year-old.
Yeah, that'd be kind of hard to fathom them killing a 10-year-old.
Yeah, like killing robots and stuff is, one thing.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of how they cheated with Clone Wars. It feels like that's part of why stormtroopers suck at shooting. Like clone troopers who turn into stormtroopers all of a sudden can't shoot. It's because they're shooting at people.
Yeah, for sure.
I wouldn't necessarily say just because we haven't heard about her means she's going to disappear. Like, you do have to remember... obviously this has come out way later than a lot of stuff, and part of the way they can cheat with that is the universe of Star Wars is big. So let's say the Bad Batch survives this. I mean, like Rex, as far as we know, sort of disappeared from Ahsoka's life after Clone Wars, and then was living on a planet with some of the other clones. So I wouldn't be shocked to find out that the Bad Batch kind of go off and retire, especially when the aging process really kicks in and they start aging quickly, and they take Omega with them into hiding, because Omega's getting hunted by the Kaminoans, and if she's Force related, then I wouldn't be shocked to find out that the Empire wants to get a hold of her. So I don't think they would necessarily kill her off. I think she's gonna have kind of an interesting role in the larger story of the Empire and the universe. I also just think that she's maybe gone into hiding. Maybe she becomes one of those Force kid. If she is Force sensitive, maybe she becomes one of those Force kids that gets trained by one of the Jedi who survived and is hiding. But I don't think they're gonna kill her.
Yeah, I don't know. Like you were saying, to me, I kind of feel the same, because in Star Trek, I know they're two competing franchises, but with Discovery. We found out that Spock had a stepsister that had never been mentioned before. That kind of threw people off too. But then in the fifth original series movie, we found out that Spock had a half brother that we had never heard about before. So when you do this kind of thing where you're going back in time and revisiting, you're always going to get people and new characters that you would never seen before, and they're going to have to figure out how to fit those in to work within what we already know without breaking it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree. I don't think they're going to kill her off. Nick mentions that Crosshair did slaughter all those innocent people.
They were unnamed characters. We didn't actively see it, and I mean, like, the way that I kind of look at it is we heard the gunshots in the flamethrower. We didn't actively see it. They're characters we didn't really get to know, and I feel like they can kind of get around it. Because you also on Rebels saw them kill people, but because it wasn't, like, in your face about it, it was kind of easier.
Yeah.
So I don't see them killing a 10-year-old on the show. That's just my 2 cents on that.
Yeah, I'm definitely with you there.
Yeah, Richard, just really quick, I think your fan is blowing into your mic.
Oh,
we're getting some really bad rumble here.
Oh, yeah, my bad.
All good. Another newcomer, Luca Konigs, I believe. Who do you think was the character at the end? We were discussing that earlier. Yeah, he says that he thinks that might be Maul.
Would definitely be interesting.
Rex.
I mean, leaning towards Bail Organa when you looked at the image and you said that was possible. Mm-hmm. But
yeah, that's kind of my best bet too, just because that's like the one that looks most like him from a shoulder angle. But
right, my only thing is from their discussion, like you were saying with the music, it sounded kind of ominous. So it sounded like whoever they were talking to was kind of up to no good.
Yeah. I will say, didn't last week's ending music feel ominous too? When she's like, "I can keep a secret."
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
She hasn't turned out to be. Maybe it's just weird music choices at the end of the episode.
Maybe. But even that conversation though kind of felt like a little like, because here, let me hold on. I'm gonna play it for myself.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah.
No, I think Maul could be interesting. I hadn't thought of that. Or like if they went back to working for the Pikes, even that could be. Yeah, I definitely think there's a possibility that it's someone in the crime underworld. I mean, bummer that they have basically went, "Thanks for your help, Ahsoka, but we're gonna go back to doing that."
Just forgetting everything Ahsoka did for them.
Right? Okay. Isn't that great?
So watching it again, the music is a little weird. But it sounds like it could go in 2 different directions. Because she says that they had help. It was from a rogue squad of clones, and she knows how to find them. What threw me off watching that the first time was when she said, "And we know how to find them," because that sounded like they were going to either send people after them or go after them themselves. Mm-hmm. But because it was it had followed her saying that they had help from a rogue squad of clones, it could go. It could be that they're possibly looking at them for help too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Especially if she's talking to Rex or Ahsoka or Bail Organa or someone.
Yeah. It could be that they think that they might be able to learn something about why the other clones turned.
Yeah.
From them. So it might not be malicious in nature, but still kind of like, we gotta find these guys so we can figure out what's going on and see if we can strike back at the clones in another way. Like maybe not, like, okay, we're gonna go and take these guys out, but we've got to go and get these guys because they could be useful.
Mm-hmm. It also could be, we know where they are, so we have to make sure their chips get removed. It could be that they're potential allies. I mean, there's a lot of ways it could go in the positive direction, and there's a lot of ways it could go in the negative direction. Yeah. Like I said, the music threw me off, and so...
Music definitely threw me off, too.
I think it'll just depend on if we get that question answered in the next episode or if it comes a few episodes later, but Maul's... I didn't even think of that. That's really interesting.
Yeah, so... Me neither. What was said? Luca says, wasn't Rex looking for rogue clones?
I think so. They don't...
He might have been.
They don't fully establish that at the end of Clone Wars because it kind of ends with this really, like, beautifully tragic silence of Ahsoka and Rex had buried all the clones that had died, and then like Darth Vader seeing that later. Yeah. But it would totally track for me because he's later living with Wolf and Gregor, who have had their chips removed. So if he's trying to find clones that he can help, then yeah, I think Rex is a great choice for who that is, especially because he is an ally of Ahsoka, and I could totally see Ahsoka kind of having that network of Rex working with Rafa and Trace. And then Nick,
do you think it might be possible that they don't know why he's looking for rogue clones? So that ominous music could have been because they're like, oh, we can find them, and then so maybe like a fake out type thing. So they'll find them and we'll think that it's going to be for something bad, but then they deliver they deliver them to Rex, and it's like, oh hey, look, it's actually someone that you know, and this isn't a bad thing.
I can see that definitely, because the only reason I was thinking no for a second is like Rex is a clone, so his face is obviously the face of a clone. But if he's in hiding, he might be trying to wear helmets to hide his face. Right. So yeah, that could completely be the case. It could also, if they are, let's say, working with the Mandalorians, because when we saw Bo-Katan in the same episode as these guys, they were wearing robes to hide their armor. So if they are working with them at all, it could be that the Mandalorians.
Do you remember what episode it was that they were in?
Episode 8.
Let's see.
So it could be that the Mandalorians are looking for clones, because assuming Order 66, there were still clones on Mandalore when that happened, it could mean either that the clones turned around and attacked the Mandalorians, or they basically subjugated them for the Empire.
Right.
Let me see. Yeah, I'm not seeing any pictures of them in the robes. Let me see. Let me see if I can look up Rex.
All right.
I don't know that we've ever seen Rex in a robe.
I don't think we've ever seen Rex in anything really other than
we saw him, you haven't seen this, but we see him in Rebels wearing the same uniform as a character who essentially got retconned to be Rex in Return of the Jedi in the final battle scene on Endor. So they retconned it so that this guy is Rex, so that Rex was actually technically in a live action movie.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
This actually might be armor, not a robe.
Okay.
Now that I'm looking at what Rex was wearing, he has around his neck, he's got that black.
Yeah, he's got a cauldron thing.
Well, right. Yeah. Well, there's the shoulder blade thing, but then there's also whatever that black pieces that goes around the neck, and that actually looks like that could be what's around the top of the screen, just like the curve of it, and then whatever's over the shoulder. I mean, that could be something else, right. But that could be maybe a bandolier or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that actually could be Rex. Now that I'm looking at him.
Luke actually said another reason they think it's Rex is because in the show they said that the tactical droids learn as they go, and they need the droid strategy and tactics to take down the clone stormtroopers. Yeah, that definitely could be a piece of it. The only reason I'd be hesitant about that is, again, this is calling back to Rebels, not Clone Wars. Rex straight up hates battle droids and tactical droids.
He does, yes. He very much does.
I don't necessarily see him going, oh yeah, we can just use these. He is very much of the opinion of, I hate them, they killed my brothers.
Oh, hold on, I'm sorry. I just caught a glimpse of the actual stream itself here. Shay, do you have a battle droid in a sexy pose in the fourth window?
Yeah.
That's hot. That's hot.
That's great.
So Shay is killing it tonight on the stream.
I'm really hoping we see that in the next episode.
You gotta see him in the Costanza pose.
Oh man, that's great with the gun and everything.
So Shay in the chat, he says that Filoni revealed in an interview with IGN that he ultimately chose to not canonize the theory because he felt that laying down an already established character prior to his coming to Star Wars wasn't correct. adding that Rex could have been present at Endor and not be Sant. Even though some fans could choose to believe that Santa and Rex are the same individual, while others choose not to do so.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, they gave him the same outfit so that you could think that if you wanted to, but that's totally, that tracks.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't think we ever actually met Sant, so it's interesting that he has a name.
Good point. The old man, okay.
Yeah. But no, I mean, Rex using the tactical droid for his to actually combat the clone troopers and stormtroopers it's a really interesting point. Again, I think I'm hesitant to believe that just because he hates the battle droids, and I don't know that he actively wants to fight against who he considers his brothers. Like, even in the finale of Clone Wars, when they have to fight against them, he's doing it, but he's devastated, so I don't know that he would be trying to find a way to take them down. I could see him using it to try and figure out how to deactivate the chips, maybe. Or use it to find old either Republic or Separatist ships that might have information or have a way to do that. So there's definitely a possibility of it. I don't know. It's really interesting. I like it. It's interesting. And then Nick Brunswick said, what if we see Rex encounter Vader? That'd be cool.
That would be pretty cool.
Well, do you think we'll see Vader in this series?
If we do, I'm betting not much.
If we do, it's gonna. I feel like it would be very kind of peripheral.
Right. Actually, I guess maybe a better question would be: do you think any of this is going to lead into the Obi-Wan series?
That wouldn't shock me.
I think that the shows that this is going to connect to that make sense to me are Boba Fett, because of Fennec.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be shocked if this connected to Ahsoka if we saw her, or if we saw Rex, because I'm going to assume we're going to see Rex and Ahsoka.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan maybe, especially if we get some I feel like if Sid knew Obi-Wan, that'd be a very cool way to do that. I could see us seeing Commander Cody and having Vader come in that way. Maybe Cody's giving him kind of an update or something. I think Vader would be a very cool character to bring into this. I'm just not 100% sure how, unless it's connected to, Omega's a Force wielder. The Emperor wants that.
So if we get a live action, we're 99% sure to see Tamora Morrison show up, is what you're saying.
Well, we know Tamora Morrison is going to be Boba Fett. Rumors that he's going to be Commander Cody in Obi-Wan. And I think there's rumors that he's going to be Rex in Ahsoka, and I could also see him come. I think it'd be really interesting if we saw him as multiple clones in the next season of The Mandalorian. I think that'd be a very cool thing to do.
Yeah,
that'd be really fun.
Yeah, well, he and D. Bradley Baker have this whole clone thing on lock.
Mm-hmm.
So going back to the chat for a second, Cameron says that sometimes he thinks that Omega is a Force-sensitive clone. We were discussing that earlier, just because she could tell who to trust and who not to trust. I think there's like we were saying before, there's a lot of clues there that lead that to be a very possible scenario.
She didn't
not
really
definitive, but
she didn't really distrust Crosshair. She seemed to feel more sympathetic, towards Crosshair.
Yeah, I'm definitely leaning toward her being Force sensitive more than not.
I mean, it's a good way to kind of tie this into the sequel trilogy. It's a good way to tie it into I think The Mandalorian, because the last season it seemed like they were doing stuff with clones and Force sensitive things because they had the midichlorian blood from Grogu baby Yoda.
Right.
So I think her being Force sensitive, I was very kind of hesitant about that earlier as it was happening, but I'm 50-50 on the fence now. I think it could work really well. I also think you don't necessarily need it, because I wouldn't mind if we had a series that kind of didn't really have any Force sensitive stuff going on with it.
Yeah. That'd be kind of cool.
And if there was going to be a show, I think it'd be this one.
Right.
I mean, that would make sense. Back in the chat, Luca says that another possibility that it might not be Rex, because right as it happened, he kind of ran away after Order 66 because of Rebels.
We know we're gonna see Rex in the show.
We keep hearing about him, so
he was in the trailer. He was in the trailer.
Yeah, I'd be shocked.
That's right. Yeah.
B, we know he connected with Gregor and Wolf at some point.
Mm-hmm.
And we know him and Ahsoka lost touch. I don't know if we know exactly when. She just says like years ago. So I wouldn't necessarily be shocked if Rex helped a few clones that he could, and then was like, okay, I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna fight my brothers.
Right.
That's why he leaves. So
for sure, yeah.
I definitely think there's a way to do it where, I mean, it's what we were talking about before. It's a show that comes out that's set before already established Star Wars shows and movies. So they're able to fit it in while still making the story flow. Because I think they are smart about being somewhat ambiguous in certain areas.
Yeah, they know what they're able to. They know how far they're able to go before it starts breaking continuity that they already have, which is the entire reason that the extended universe got erased and turned into the Star Wars Legends or whatever they're calling it now, because there's just so much out there. So it wouldn't necessarily make sense for them to start retconning to create the same problem again.
Yeah, for sure.
Because so Ryan Charles, newcomer to the chat here. Thanks for joining us. He's asking where is Rex?
We don't know yet.
Yeah,
we want to know.
And then he was asking what is enhanced about Omega. Again, we were chatting about that earlier. We don't know. There's so many different options. She could be force sensitive. It could be like tactical training that's just been embedded. She could have all of the skills of all of the enhanced clones and is able to pull them out when she needs them. I don't know.
I mean, she seems intuitive.
There's definitely something.
She seems to be able to, like, when she's in real danger and real trouble.
Cameron is taking off to actually go watch the episode now. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks.
Let us know if you come back, comment on the episode after we're not live anymore, and let us know if you've come up with any answers to any of the questions that we've been asking that we weren't able to figure out from our first watch through.
Yeah, and we'll definitely talk about it next week.
Yeah,
definitely.
And Nick says that the girl did ask for an echo, and then and then popped up. Maybe Rex heard from the sisters that there's an echo, and Rex wants to have a part of his past still together.
Right.
That'd be cool. I loved, by the way, that very like who's on first moment of that. That was freaking hilarious.
Great. That was hysterical.
I love those when they're able to like have that happen. So that was fantastic.
Me too.
Yeah, I mean, did they know anyone's name other than Echo and obviously Omega?
I don't think so.
Not that I can remember.
So yeah, if they say Echo, he's gonna know it's the Bad Batch because he left Echo with the Bad Batch.
Uh-huh.
So that could definitely be a possibility, especially if this is Rex.
Right. So he I mean, they didn't give a name at the end there. They just said a rogue group of clones. So whoever it was that they were talking to has no idea who it is as of right now.
Right.
As of what we've seen, yeah.
Ryan wants to know if we think Crosshair will at some point come back to the team. I don't think so.
I could see like at the end of the season or something if they're able to remove his chip, but I don't think anytime soon.
Slim to none, I think.
Yeah, I think that having him as the bad guy is the better way to go, rather than because like that's honestly that's a trope in a lot of shows. Like I was actually just kind of talking about this on the Power Rangers stream this past weekend, that like in all of these types of shows, you always see the bad guy teaming up with the good guy because they have a mutual enemy, and then over time they become part of the team, and it's just like this thing that just happens over and over and over again. I'd like to see that. Like I'd like to see the bad guy stay the bad guy. Yeah,
like what happened a little bit with Zemo in Falcon Winter Soldier for a second.
Exactly.
Before he didn't.
The only reason I would be interested in Echo coming back is to see him deal with the trauma of having to live with what he did when the chip was controlling him.
That's be interesting.
The only reason. But having one of the Bad Batch be the bad guys, it makes this more personal, because without that, it's just, oh, we're running away from bounty hunters and Kaminoans and the Empire. With this, it's we have to run away from someone that is our family.
And that knows everything about us.
Yeah. So like I said, if he's coming back, my guess is it's going to be his chip gets removed in the finale, and then like season 2 would deal with that.
Yeah, that could be an interesting story for season 2, like him trying to redeem himself the first few episodes.
Well, yeah, because I think there's going to, if that were to happen, there would have to be a redemption arc, and I don't think we have enough time in this season for all of that to happen.
No, not for him to go like full villain and have a redemption arc.
Luca asked if we'd seen the leak that Echo gets a hand. Yeah, that was like a merch leak or something, like a toy leak.
I think something like that. Yeah, like I remember, like I didn't like pay close attention to it, but I saw it pop up somewhere.
Do you think it's a hand that he puts over the droid thing so he can pop it off and still use the droid thing?
I would hope so.
Yeah,
like a Swiss Army hand.
Yeah,
like Swiss Army droid hand.
Yeah,
awesome.
Pops back and that's the perfect way to do it.
Great.
Seriously,
you lose like a really good tactical advantage and sort of like why Echo's helpful.
Right, exactly.
Because Echo's great, but also like his droid hand is basically what he does in every scene of, look, I'm doing my job.
Yeah, just
yeah.
Now, did he again? This is a question for my lack of knowledge about these characters. Did he lose his hand, or was that just always something that he had?
He got blown up, and we all thought he died in like
he went
boom.
3. Yeah, he went boom.
And then all of a sudden in season 7, he's not dead, and he's been like grabbed by the Techno Union and was used as like experimented on and used as like his knowledge was used to fight against the clones. And so when they found him, instead of just looking like a normal clone dude, he's missing a hand and like he's got all these weird like plug-in things on his body. So he got blown up and I think lost a hand, and that's how that happened. He
went boom.
Yeah, like straight up, you were just like, oh, Echo died. That was sad. And all of a sudden, like years later, Echo's alive. Who? Oh, the clone? Like,
you're not dead.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we got here in the chat. Ryan Charles wants to know 2 questions. Do we think any Jedi will be showing up soon? And any thoughts about Commander Cody?
If a Jedi, I mean, you could say it. I'm sure I'm going to say the same.
Ahsoka.
Yeah, like that's the one I would think of showing up. Like, I don't think we're going to see Kanan again. We saw him in the pilot, and he's got to go be, like, whatever. I don't think we're going to see Obi-Wan in this, because I think he's a little too concerned with making sure, like, tiny baby Luke doesn't get murdered.
Yeah, he's got a baby problem to worry about.
Like, if they're going to bring in other Jedi, don't know as much about like the video game stuff, because I know that there's surviving Jedi from that and some of the books, so maybe something from there. But the one that just makes the most sense to me is Ahsoka.
Yeah,
or
that's
an entirely new one, because I mean that's basically what happened with Ezra and Kanan.
The only other Jedi that I could think of, and like he's not even really a Jedi, just more like kind of like a Sith, would be Starkiller. Because he was like Vader's apprentice, right?
Is that canon, or was that from the legend?
Well, that was from the video games.
Okay, so, then yeah, maybe.
So I mean, so it's not official canon, but like some of the other characters that they've kind of brought back in.
Yeah, for sure.
They could go that route with him, but other than that, I don't know.
I feel like
Sam Witwer was.
Yeah.
Was,
oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay. I mean, we're assuming that he's involved in this in some way, because he had talked about seeing the animation and knowing what happens for the first while, like last summer. That might be.
I mean, but he could also be making an appearance as Maul.
I would assume so. That might just be because he's friends with like the guys who make this.
That also could be too. Yeah.
Could be. Yeah.
I also feel like this is like, again, if they're gonna have a show that stays away from the Force sensitive stuff, it's gonna be this. Like, I think Mandalorian next season, assuming we don't see Baby Yoda again, would have a chance of staying away from it. I think Boba Fett can stay away from it, but a lot of Star Wars deals with the Force sensitive stuff, and having a show that maybe doesn't dive into that and lean into it as much is like something that can be cool. Because when I was at the press conference, the virtual press conference for this, one of the questions and comments was it was very cool that, like Rogue One, this was kind of a misfit group of people that aren't Sith or Jedi, and they talked a little bit about how this is like dealing with those characters that aren't the big Sith Jedi aspect of Star Wars. So I feel like this is the show to dive into the clones, to dive into what's going on with just regular people as the Empire takes over. And especially because if there's ever a time for the Jedi to be in hiding and not draw attention to themselves, it's
now.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So Luca says, you know how Bane in season 2 of the Clone Wars wanted the holocron to kill the Force-sensitive children? Do you think Omega was on that list?
I don't think it was actually to kill the children. I think that was the start of the Inquisitors.
Mm.
So Bane grabbed the holocron because he was working for Palpatine. And Palpatine was using it to have Bane abduct the Force-sensitive children. And it really, like, they said it was like they're going to do experiments and testing, and the process usually kills kids. And he was basically like, well, yeah, but we have to figure out how it works. So I actually think that was more about the start of creating Inquisitors and not about just killing off Force-sensitive kids, because we know that they use these Force-sensitive folks to be essentially their kind of army to hunt Jedi down.
Mm.
Yeah.
I don't think Omega would be on the list because she's not. The Jedi wouldn't know about her.
Yeah.
Like, because it's not a list of all the Force-sensitive kids in the galaxy where the second one is born. It gets added magically. It's essentially a registry that the Jedi have. And
she's just kind of popped up.
Yeah, like she was created by the Kaminoans. We don't know how long ago she was created because the clones.
We don't know why she was created.
Right. So
who she was created from.
Yeah.
Or for.
Yeah, so I don't necessarily think that she was on that list. If she is Force sensitive, I wouldn't be shocked to have Palpatine find out at some point. But I don't think it would be from the holocron tie-in.
Right.
And then Ryan asked about Commander Cody. I'm really interested to see what happens with Commander Cody. He's kind of the only really named clone from the movies.
Yeah, a little bit.
And he's one that we really actively he actively went bad, whereas Rex and the Bad Batch, which are some of the clones that we bonded with, clearly didn't. Cody just tried to kill Obi-Wan and worked for the Empire. So I hope we see him. I don't necessarily. It feels like Crosshair is going to be the main antagonist. I feel like if we're going to get Cody, he might get introduced through Crosshair, and then if Crosshair has a redemption arc next season, Cody will be chasing them.
Right.
And he did have a friendship with the Bad Batch. He was the one who called them in the season 7 of Clone Wars. So I think Commander Cody is a really good character to bring in to tie it to possibly Darth Vader and the Empire at large, to tie it to Crosshair being able to get redeemed while still having a villain that feels personal. I feel like if we're going to see him, he's a later, end of the season thing. I would love to see Commander Cody go up against Rex because they were really good friends.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting. And Ryan Charles asks, what happened to Bane? He remembers or thinks he remembers that Boba Fett killed him.
Unless that was, if that was in the comics, then that happened in the comics. In the show itself, he went to jail and we never saw him or heard from him again.
Yeah.
He's hanging. So he's hanging out with Judy from Family Matters.
Right.
Kind of disappeared and.
Oh man.
Cat Bane is the perfect character to bring into this because
he would be great.
Well, unlike Rex or Hondo and stuff, there's nothing that they have to stick to. It's just whatever happens. We don't have to be connected to the already existing canon.
Open book.
The future. So if he died, it would have been, I think, in the comics or the books, but he didn't die in Clone Wars, and we never saw him past Clone Wars.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. That is beyond my knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, last thoughts. Anything that we did not bring up that either of you guys noticed that you wanted to talk about? Anything that you didn't like or thought could have been done differently?
I liked Sid being a badass.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Like the fact that that the Bad Batch kind of sucked at training Omega was interesting. I would assume they would be better at it, but then thinking about it, it's like, well, no, they just have these enhancements that means they're automatically good at everything.
Yeah, they don't necessarily know how to teach someone else how to do stuff.
Yeah,
definitely.
so
let alone a kid.
Right.
They don't have the teaching modifications in them.
That's not their enhancement.
Well, it's one of those things where, like, have you ever tried to show someone how to do something that you just have done so many times that you can do it blindfolded, and you're just like, just let me do this?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that's what they're going to feel like. It's just.
I'm around a lot of people. I'm around a lot of people like that in just my regular life. And I don't know if I've ever done it myself, but I've definitely seen that more than a few times.
I think that's part of why Echo was training her, because Echo was the only one who was a just regular soldier for a while.
Right, yeah.
So he would be the best equipped to not go, why do you suck at this?
Right.
See, for me, like for me, I wouldn't be like, why do you suck at this, or you're so bad at this? I would just be like, you know what? Maybe we're not going to have you do this stuff.
It's fine.
Let's just find something that you can do.
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting that they didn't realize why she was bad at it.
Right.
Like, Sid's like, you're not strong enough for this yet. And they're all like, oh, like that hadn't occurred to them that a 10-year-old couldn't use a bow and arrow because she doesn't have the strength for it, when it's clearly a bow and arrow for an adult.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. You know.
I like Sid. Like, we haven't seen a lot of her. I like her dynamic with Omega because she seems to like Omega the best out of them.
Yeah, for sure.
And she just seems really done with the other ones the whole time.
She just can't.
Right? She's like, just go do your job. We don't work for you. Yes, you do. Go do your job.
Right.
So, no, we didn't talk about her a lot because she was only in, like, a scene.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But I like having Sid as weirdly kind of their boss.
Seriously.
Do you think Sid's going to show up again? Well, I mean, I guess Sid would have to show up again next week because we have to deal with the fact that they didn't get the droid head.
I feel like they have to, yeah.
I almost feel like we're going to be seeing Sid kind of regularly now.
Probably, if not every episode, maybe every other episode or something.
Well, she's also like a pretty big name actress to have in this too, right?
Yeah.
So if you have her show up for like a few scenes in 2 episodes, I don't feel like she's going to be a one and done. I feel like she's going to be kind of recurring.
For sure.
Yeah, most likely.
And then Ryan asked, why was Commander Cody so, I guess, eager, or why was it easier for him to kill Obi-Wan than Rex for Ahsoka? Story. So Commander Cody in the prequels is willing to kill Obi-Wan because that was really the big Order 66 moment. Whereas in Clone Wars, we needed Rex to not kill Ahsoka and be fighting against it, because in Rebels it had already been established that he didn't do that. So I literally think it's just the canon already existed.
Right.
We're going to use it.
Because the plot needed to happen.
Basically, yeah. And I mean, the other piece of it too, from like within the world of Star Wars, Rex knew about this. So when Fives discovered this whole, there's a chip implanted in us, it controls us, it makes us go crazy thing, Rex knew about it. Cody didn't.
Yeah.
So for Cody, and we also, like, whenever we saw Cody, we didn't get as much personality out of Cody as we did with Rex. It was more of like we knew they were friends. We knew Cody was friendly with Obi-Wan, but we didn't really get the same impression as we did with Rex.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, honestly, I think it's just Cody is established as kind of the clone that kicks off Order 66 of trying to kill Obi-Wan Kenobi. So
yeah, for sure.
Can't really get around that.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, like, overall, where does this episode sit for you guys? Again, I like we don't necessarily need to rate it, but like as far as better than last week, not as good as last week.
I think it was better than last week for me.
I'd say it was really close. It was like right up there. I don't know if it's like my second or third favorite, but it's right up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was good. It was good. I definitely enjoyed last week's better. But this was by no means a bad episode. It was fun.
Yeah. And
it asked questions, new questions that I really need to learn the answer to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm personally a fan of whenever they connect to the Clone Wars stuff. I really liked that they connected to the original trilogy last week. Don't get me wrong, that was really awesome.
Yeah.
But just having Wrecker really starting to get into that good soldiers follow orders and having this big question of, okay, who were they talking to?
For sure.
Kind of puts it over the top for me. And I also just I enjoyed the balance of like drama and tension and comedy of the fight scene, because you had, oh my God, Omega's going to fall into the pit where she's going to get melted. And you also at the same time had just the ridiculousness of like Hunter and Rafa arguing about who saved who.
Seriously.
So I enjoyed kind of the back and forth with that.
Yeah. That was fun. And like you said, the who's on first moment was just
so good.
Best part of the episode for me.
Always enjoyable to see like throwbacks to that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so I think that will do it for us for this week. Episode 6 of the Bad Batch watch along, coming up this weekend. On Saturday, we have the Ranger wrap up, followed by the Retro Ranger wrap up, followed by the Riker maneuver. Where let's see, Retro Ranger wrap up. We're talking about, I want to say, episodes 27 through 30, maybe. It should be up on our thing tomorrow, which episodes we're talking about. And Star Trek, we're on episode, I want to say 23 or 24 of the first season of Enterprise. On Sunday, there is the Retro Sentai wrap up, followed by It's All Connected at 1:00. What will you guys be discussing on that show this weekend?
I mean, we had like
a lot.
3 Marvel related exclusives drop. So I'm sure we'll talk about those. On the DC side, they just had the Shazam teaser with the costume. So I'm sure
it looks good.
Yeah,
that is
it looks better than the last one.
That is the earliest I have ever seen a teaser, possibly for any movie ever. This movie doesn't come out. It's a day under 2 years until this movie comes out.
So
they just started filming too.
So exactly, like a month ago.
At the Comic-Con, I want to say this was 2017, 16. What year did Guardians of the Galaxy come out?
1 came out in 14, 2 came out in 17.
So I guess this was Comic-Con 2013. Comic-Con was 10 days after they had started shooting the movie. They cut that teaser trailer that they showed at Comic-Con. They had cut together over the course of those 10 days.
Wow.
I did love crazy. In the Shazam 2 teaser that they made the joke about it being too dark.
Yes.
That was amazing. Like, you couldn't have at least one light in here?
That's so good, because it's just like every teaser of the costume for everything is always super dark. So the fact that they mocked that was amazing.
Did you guys? I know I told you guys about this, but did you guys watch the Zack Snyder Tonight Show thing?
I haven't yet. I got to check that out.
It is so good. Like it is like I personally like Zack Snyder. I wasn't a fan of Batman v Superman, but outside of that, I like most of the stuff that he's done. I even enjoyed Army of the Dead for the most part. I had my issues with it, but but this thing on the Tonight Show or on the Late Show, the Colbert Show, it shows that he is very tuned into how people look at him and what people think about him, and that he is totally cool with making fun of himself.
Okay,
I like that. That's
that is totally fair. I'm okay with that.
Not necessarily given me like a whole new respect for him, but it's given me I'm cool with liking his stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm down with that.
And then on the Star Wars side, I mean, obviously we'll talk Bad Batch, and I mean, we have to comment on the fact that there was like a federal court case that used the Rise of Skywalker and Last Jedi as examples of mediocrity. And it was like established that in a federal court, like those are seen as just mediocre because that's
like
so
they're objectively
ridiculous.
Mediocre movies.
That is so good.
I'm also like, what lawyer wrote that in a brief and went, yeah, this will win.
Oh my god. And yeah, at this rate there's sure to be some more Marvel stuff we're going to be talking about on the show too, even besides like the What If exclusive that we dropped today, and something
What If exclusives, and then I think technically Red Sonja is Marvel related, even though the later comics have been released by
Dynamite,
but it started as Marvel, so it just makes sense for us to talk about it.
Also, Chris Hemsworth's arm is officially bigger than any normal person's head.
I am jealous of both his arm, just his physique in general, because I look like this.
Yeah,
and I look like this.
Join the party.
Food.
So I'm also jealous of his hair.
His hair.
Yeah. No, that photo of him and Waititi is legit kind of terrifying. I did not think he could get that big.
I'm assuming that he he wasn't that big in Ragnarok.
No, not even close. Or Infinity War.
But between
he was in the stomach.
No, but between all of those, he also has that Hulk Hogan movie that he was doing.
That's what I was thinking too.
So it's really possible that he bulked up for that.
Yeah, and then he just transferred it over to Love and Thunder.
Yeah, which would make sense.
Plus, Natalie Portman's like bulking up for Lady Thor too. Yeah, she's ripped.
For Mighty Thor, yeah.
Yeah.
I miss short hair Thor.
Yeah,
I like that, but I also I liked having long hair when I had hair.
I'm trying to keep it as long as I can.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, I know. I need it.
What else? We talked about this earlier. Loki. We'll be doing the watch along for that.
Yes, we'll be doing a big Loki recap. On It's All Connected to in preparation for the show.
Like Loki breakdown of here's what you need to know going into the Loki series.
Can't wait for that show.
Later this month, we'll be doing Rick and Morty that comes back on June 20th. Myself, Nate from the wrestling show, and I think either Brandon and Sam. We're going to be just smoking and watching Rick and Morty. So it
sounds like a great time.
It'll be a fun time. I don't know what time that's going to be at yet because it airs. So it airs at 9 p.m. our time, which is the same time that the wrestling show goes on. Yeah. So we might have to do some shenanigans to line the two up to just go right back to back with each other. So we'll have to figure that out. Once we figure that out, we'll let you guys know. And then just one final note from my part. The other night, I watched a movie called Streets of Fire from 1984. Diane Lane, Rick Moranis,
wow,
just all kinds of crazy people in it. It's insane. You guys need to watch it. That's
okay.
If you smoke, because it's
all right.
It's great.
Smoke if you got them.
So
you should be doing not just smoke alongs for Rick and Morty. You should do it for old school B or C movies.
So Joe, myself, Tatiana, and Jay, who is on the wrestling show, who Shay corrected me, it's on at 8 typically. So we should be good to start shortly after 9 for Rick and Morty. We are bringing back a podcast that we used to do called The Price of Admission. We did that again over at the old place. We're kind of reviving it now. And we're going to start, I believe, with Black Widow. Yeah. But depending on the movie releases, we may fill in the gaps in between with older stuff. And I would love to do like you said, watch alongs of old B, just B movies or whatever.
Yeah. Right.
There's so many that are out there that are just so good that you just have to watch high.
And plus, I just can't wait for Black Widow to come out anyway because it's our first Marvel movie in literally 2 years. Mm-hmm. So we need those MCU movies back.
Yeah, absolutely. So once again, thank you all for joining us. You can catch us on social media at the Illuminerdi. or _Illuminerdi on the web at theilluminerdi.com. You can find each of us at the social media handles that are down here
in the description.
And in the description. And we will see you guys next week.